Okay, this is the story of a man. This is the story of a man who loved a ghost that never was, a fictional creation of the deluded man, of the deluded mind of a desperately sad man. Me. At first, at first, I couldn't believe what was happening to me. How could this be possible? I cannot fall in love again. Every time I do it the wrong way. Maybe not totally wrong, but always with the erroneous woman, always the wrong woman, damn it. I get crazy, insane, futile, disloyal, adulterous, and at last, when performing absolutely no interest in me, total indifference like she was numb or dormant. Not just those I married, but also those I lived with, dated insistently, and had the hope to build something lasting. Damn idiot. I got to my 50s without a family, without references, and alone. Okay, alone but not lonely. At least that. Okay. And I was vaccinated for sure. I was immune to love. I would never fall in love again. I would live my life in a casual, cynical way, taking advantage of whatever destiny would put on my path, but never, never again fall into that stupid infirmity. Love was not for me, not anymore. I was cured. I was so superior to that stupid infection that mere mortals could suffer and undergo in their stupid existence. LOL. I was so grander than them all. Stupid small little people. How I despise their useless talk about love. Of course, there was still lust, concupiscence, and my gargantuous appetite and obsessional persecution of sex. It never ever slowed down, even when getting older. Above all, I was counting on my good star and decent shape and good decent looks to bring me some adventurous encounters while I was still alive. My mother used to say I would follow a donkey with a hat. As an old Portuguese saying, it meant she meant I would only care about appearances and nothing else. It's an old Portuguese saying, exactly. I guess she was right. I had a thing for blondes. Maybe it was that. Oh, no, the color of the eyes or the hair could not have anything with it. The answer is simple. It's me, the common denominator. What a cliche. What? Yeah. I'm the culprit. I'm the idiot. I must be half retarded and, like the guilty party, the criminal offender I had to pay. And as usual, my sentence was inevitably breaking up, separation, divorce, abandonment. With it would come recrimination, tears, shouting, and broken hearts, especially mine. But no one would ever see it, as it was hiding from indiscreet sighting. Men don't cry. Men don't suffer this type of pain as a broken heart. Men are hard. Men are made for fighting, not feeling. Ah, sounds good, huh? But discreetly, secretly, I was sorry. Sorry for another failed plot, although I could have saved my image. I was also sorry for all the bad business that divorce always brings. You lose money, patrimony, kids. Fortunately, not my case. Pets, sometimes even friends. You lose familiar landscapes where you cannot return. Your coffee, your pub, where you used to hang out with friends and acquaintances. You're gonna miss it. You lose a lot with each failed relationship. Have I learned something so far? Well, apparently not, which reinforced the idea that I must be somehow, how should I call it, special. The real word would be stupid or retarded, if I'm being honest. And there I was, separated again, but in a great mood. The world was still my oyster, and I was still the best I knew in every aspect. And out of the blue, it hit me. It hit me hard like a heavyweight jab right in my mouth. I love these parables of boxing matches. Meeting people over the internet cannot hurt you. After all, with one click, you are miles away, like by magic. You can come, you can go as you please, you vanish, you disappear, and if you want, you can hide in the electronic shadows of hidden recesses. 1 second you are there, the next you're gone, vanished, ghosted like you never existed. That's the best and the worst thing about the Internet of Things. And I met her. On those electronic paths of the Internet, we met. She was pretty and seemed shy. She seemed to know what she wanted, but sounded fragile and hesitant. Bit by bit, we just talked and talked, and sometimes there was almost no communication, but when there was, she seemed to be a good company with her feeble English that sometimes would leave me scratching my head to understand what she meant. Sometimes a curiosity took the best of me, and instead of going to bed, I would be talking to her for late hours in the night and asking questions. She was coming from a mysterious, faraway part of the world that I almost knew nothing about, somewhere in Asia. The captivating part of her was her femininity about without limits. She was definitely a woman. She had to be a princess from a recondite, obscure kingdom, and she was coming like a mermaid singing an irresistible cantic that would take men like me to jump in the dark waters of the ocean and drown. Poor me. I was already under that spell, and I had not known. Because I'm an idiot, of course, a retarded idiot. However, the retarded in me felt some alarming symptoms and gave the alarm. No, it was not possible. I was having feelings for this princess. No, it couldn't be. I had to go away. I had to disappear to find another faraway port to put down my anchor. I needed shelter from this disease that I was supposed to be immune to long ago. I was still mourning my last fiasco of marriage that had another violent, dramatic termination. So I imagined I had to use the internet magic and switch the switch, vanish, disappear, click. What have I done? The little princess suffered a metamorphosis and in an instant and became a different entity. Zap! In her place there was a dragon. And the little earthworm suddenly became a snake, a terrible and enormous, ferocious anaconda that was going to kill me for daring to disappear. The little kitten had suddenly clawed like talons and was big and scary like a tiger. It was not a kitten anymore. It was a vicious lioness thirsty for blood, indeed, and started fighting me. I was caught by surprise, and in the beginning I wasn't able to react like the moment was demanding. It took me a few seconds to understand what was going on. I must clarify that I'm a good fighter, or at least a decent fighter. I always react fast and I trained martial arts all my adult life, and I had to add to that, I have a very bad temper that injects adrenaline in my stomach in a split second, and despite all that, I was immediately losing that fight. It was like not a physical fight, but it was like a very damaging one. I was being hit right on my ego. The princess was insulting me and joking about the joke that was my life, mocking the hunchback jester with a cruelty that sounded like hate. Real and pure hate that can only come from, wait for it, love. Yes, it seemed that love had given birth to hate. I got that epiphany right in the air. It had to be. That hate could only be born from dot, 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 love. Raw hate that in that scale of things usually shares a thin wall with love. She loved me. Could that be possible? No, don't get confused. Love is not the opposite of hate. Actually, like all strong emotions and feelings, they're very close. They are close relatives. If you think about it, you can only hate someone you once loved or liked very much. Just think of this. You are walking on the sidewalk and this guy comes and bumps you with violence. It hurts you. Then while you are still surprised and hurt, instead of apologizing because he was speaking on his cell phone, not looking where he was going, he stares at you and starts insulting you, then saying nasty things about your ancestors, especially describing bad habits, your mother, that holy treasured old lady that died so many years ago that you still miss so dearly. Do you think you're gonna hate that man for life? It might have been a very revolting moment and a very embarrassing one, but do you think you will remember this guy the next day or the next year or the next week, for that matter? Do you think you are going to hate this guy even if you remember his face for a couple of months? Seriously. No, you're going to forget and send that memory to oblivion where all those unimportant trivial things dwell. Now, what if that person that did that to you was someone you knew, you know, or a friend of yours? The nice guy that lives on the fifth floor of your building and that you have spoken many times on the elevator, that you thought you had a nice acquaintance close to friendship. What if it was that friend of yours that you loaned $500 last year? There you have it. If you like that person, you would take it personally. That can become hate because there's a notion of betrayal, a nauseating feeling of treason. There you have hate, or very close to hate. And I love her, right? Or was I in love with a guy? What was this? It turns out she was a lovely girl and she deserves the best. I am definitely not the best for her now. Not anymore. It's too late for me. I know I'm sure she will reach the top and will fulfill all her ambitions and will be happy as she deserves. As for me, as for me, I love the ghost. I fell for a ghost, a fiction of my own creation that I wanted to believe, and because of that, I created it. I offered a soul to a marriage. I believed, I believed in the world behind the mirror as if it were real and not a reflection of what I wanted. Damn me. Here I go again. LOL. Maybe one day I'll write this last part of this story, but I doubt this strange narrative can have a happy ending. The deluded man who falls for ghosts will wind up dying in the desert chasing shadows that are long gone. But don't feel for me, please. I deserve what I get for being an idiot. Best regards to all you. Have a great day, kids. Have a great day.